Okay, so now we're gonna do 1034. Okay, so here we have two objects. The way I split it up is like this. We have one object, but the way I split it up is like this. Square, rectangle, my bad, square, and then the triangle right here. Okay, so like this, right? And so it's IX, so we're coming from this bottom Y-axis, so it's our Y distances that we're gonna be looking at. So basically the middle of this, right, it's 10, total 10 is 5. Middle of this square, total is 4 vertically, so the half of that is 2, okay? And now rectangles, obviously, so these are the rectangles. You just half the heights, right? But the triangle is different. And so the triangle, you basically take it a third from the fat edge, okay? So right here, so a third of 6 is 2. So 2, right? Plus 4, because we're not coming from the base anymore, because this triangle is on top of the square. So that's how you get 6. 4 plus 2, 6. The height of this center, right, this circle, you know, you won't divide it by anything because it's already at its center, which is at 4, okay? Now you just calculate the areas, which is pretty standard. So 3 times 10, 30. 2 or 4 times 3, right? Because that's the size of this is 4 times 3. You get 12. 9, you get is basically base times height divided by 2 for the area of a triangle, right? So the base is 3 times height 6, you get 18. Divide that by 2, you get 9. Negative 4 pi is basically because it's pi r squared, so it's 2 squared times pi, right? But the area is negative because we're subtracting, it's a whole. And so then you get these numbers, right? So 5 times 30. Okay, well, no. So now you have to actually do some math. So our heights, what's our height here is 10, right? 10 to the power of 3, all right? Times 3, you get 3,000 divided by 12, right? Because the center of our thing, right, or the center of our rectangle is not on the base, right? So that's the centroidal. It's not on the base, so that's just the individual one, okay? Because we're not at the regular ones yet. I'm just doing the individual ones. I think she skips these in the videos, but I just do them anyways. So the next one is 4 cubed times 3, right? 4 to the third times 3. Divide that by 12. You get 16, right? Now for the triangles, as it's 1 over 36, because that's just how the triangles go. I don't make the rules. So you do, right? Because I know you want to say that its base is at the 4, but it's not, because its centroid, right, is still above. It's still above where 4 is, which is this. So that's the center. So that's why you do the 36. Otherwise, if you're doing it on the 4, you could probably just do it because that's its base. You could do it at the, you know, at the 1/3, but it's not, you know. So 6 cubed times 3 divided by 36, and you get 18, okay? Now, if you look in the back of the book for circles, it's 1/4 pi r to the 4th. So 2 to the 4th is 16. Divided by 4 again is 4, right? So these two are calculated differently, but they come out the same number because of just the way 2 works. And so the IX is a little less complicated. The IX is as if you're taking it from, you know, the base. We're taking it from the base, okay? So that's you know, that's why these two in the video she says are irrelevant. So 10 to the 3rd, right? Because that's our height, 10 to the 3rd, times 3, which in this case is 3,000. But the reason why you get this is because when you do it, remember, regularly, our formula is 1/3 base times height cubed. So height cubed times base divided by 3, right? 1/3 base height cubed. So you just get 1,000 again. 64 is coming from that, so you get 4 to the 3rd times 3 divided by 3, 64, okay? The next ones are different, and the reason why is because 54 is what you get when you do, let's see, 6 to the 3rd times 3. See, but you're still taking it from, you know, the centroid of this triangle, right? It's still not right here. Otherwise, you could do it, you know, maybe by 1/3. So we're still not on the thing, you know. Right, so this, you just divide it by 12, right? Because you're not on, I guess this is why, because you're not taking it from here anymore. You're taking it actually from the top of the box, the small box. So you only have to do 1/12 instead of 1/36, right? Okay. So you have 54, right? But that's not it, okay? Because, okay, actually, yeah, so you're still taking about this, right? So that's not all you have to do, right? Because the distance to that centroid, right? The distance to that centroid is 6, okay? So that's where you get the 6 squared times 9, right? If you watch the first video, it's just like the same thing, right? It's the distance from basically the bottom, the very bottom axis, right? Or the main axis we're taking this stuff from, times the area, right? It's 9. You get 378. Boom. Same with this. So you get the you get basically -4 pi, right? Which is basically, because remember, it's r to the 4th, right? For this formula, it's r to the 4th divided by 4. So 16, 2 to the 4th is 16 divided by 4, it's -4 pi, okay? So you have that, right? So that's your IX no matter what. But here's the thing, is it's not at the bottom. So how do we get it to the bottom? So you have to add it to 4 squared, right? 16, right? 4 squared not minus, times, what is our area? It's 4 pi again, 4 pi. 4 pi. Okay, that's pretty weird. But that actually might be the right answer. So let's just 4 pi times 4 squared times 4 pi okay, so I just messed that up. 4 pi, oh no, 4 pi plus 4 squared times 4 pi, 213, okay? That's where you get the negative 213 from. You sum it all up with this as negative, okay? And you sum it all up and you get 1129, okay? So that's your total IX. And so now, I forgot to calculate this earlier, but you know, it's the same calculation. You always have to calculate it, right? If we're doing with the IX, you're gonna have to do the IY. If we're doing, or the Y distance, if we're doing it from IY, you're gonna have to calculate the X distance, all right? It's the opposite one for whatever IX you're calculating, right? And so you sum all these, taking this negative. Oh no, you don't sum all these. You actually multiply these two, right? Multiply that, multiply that, multiply that, right? And that's your top one, okay? And then the bottom one is the sum of these, okay? The bottom was just the sum of these straight. And you get 38.43, and you get 177.73 divided by that. So you get 4.62, okay? And so now, remember, like the first video, you're subtracting this from this from this. 6 minus 4.62, 4 minus 4.62, right? Negative 0.62, 1.38, 2.62, which is gonna be, yeah, 4.62 minus 2 is 2.62. 0.38, 5 minus this, right? So then, here's the difference, right? The difference is now you square these and then take the area and then multiply them by the area, okay? That's why I wrote y squared, y prime squared. So 0.38 times squared times 30. Okay, no. 30 times 0.38 squared. 30 times 0.38. Okay, never mind. So you just do it. You're just doing this. You're just doing 1 again. But I'll show you the last example. For some reason, you have to square it, which I don't get why. So 2.62 times 12, 31.44. 9 times 1.38, 12.4, right? And you get the gist, okay? Same with this. But the thing is you keep this one positive, right? You keep this one positive because you're doing a negative number times another negative number, right? So it's just positive. And then you sum them up, okay? So then, I mean, this is just how I made it work, right? To get the answer in the textbook. So then you add our total of individual IXs plus this, right? Plus 63.05, you get 1192.05, and you simplify it to 1190. All right.